Today we'll be looking at a must-have tool for any serious barbecuer, and that's instant read thermometers. Hi guys, Dave from Red Smoke Barbecue here. Now, as I said, we'll be doing an instant read thermometer review, and a food thermometer is something we use a lot in barbecue to help us check those internal temps of our proteins and help us nail that perfect cook every time. Now, the problem is there's a lot of instant read thermometers on the market and it's hard to know which is the right one for you. So we're going to be comparing the two here from Javelin, the Pro and the Mint, and both of these are available both online and in store at Barbecues Galore. Now, in full disclosure, our good friends at Barbecues Galore sent us both of these to test out today, and they said put them through their paces, review them, and give us some honest feedback. So that's exactly what we're going to do, and we've had a chance to use these in a few cooks. So I'm going to unbox these, I'm going to run you through what the differences are, and hopefully help you make a decision on what's the best thermometer for you. All right, let's kick this review off by looking at the Mint first. Now, to turn this little pocket-sized thermometer on, we simply open the probe and the screen lights up, and you can see quite a big display, easy to read, but no backlight on this one, so it does need to be used in a well-lit area. And to turn it off, we simply close the probe. Now, if you leave that probe open and the screen on, it will shut itself down after 10 minutes. Now, there's no other functions or controllers on the thermometer. However, we can change it between Celsius and Fahrenheit, and I'll show you how to do that shortly. And it does have a magnetic back, so it can be stuck to the side of your barbecue or another metal device. It's also splash resistant, and the most important thing, it has a 4-second response time. All right, let's check out the Pro. Now, the Pro is a little bit larger, but it works the same way. By opening the probe, you'll see that the screen lights up, and it's currently set in Celsius, but it's a nice big, easy to read display. Now, this does have a backlight, so by pressing the button once, the display will light up. Ignore the fact that it's flashing, that's just how it shows up on camera. It doesn't do that in real life. Now, the other great feature about the Pro is if we rotate this over, the screen actually flips. So depending on where the meat is located in your barbecue or in your smoker, you can always read it the right way up. I think that's a really handy feature. All right, so another great feature of the Pro is the ability to hold temperature. And what I mean by that is if we bring the temperature up a little bit on the thermometer, we're going to press and hold down the button. And as long as we're holding that button, it'll hold the temperature for us. So that means if we can't see the thermometer, we can still get a reading. Okay, so the Pro has a little memory built into it. So if we double click the button here, it'll show us what the maximum temperature recorded was. And if we double click it again, it'll show us what the minimum recorded temperature was for that session. And just like its little brother, the Mint, the Pro is also splash proof, has a magnetic back, and a built-in sleep timer of 10 minutes. However, the response time on this one is a little bit quicker at 3 seconds. Now, I can say as far as weight goes, both of these thermometers don't weigh a lot. You can see the Mint here weighs in at just 53 grams. And the Pro, not surprising, being a little larger, is a little heavier at 83 grams, but still only 30 grams difference. Okay, so in the manual for the Pro, it talks about doing an accuracy test for your thermometer. And to do that, you take a glass of water, fill it with ice, stick the probe into the middle of the glass, hold it there for a few seconds, and you should get a temperature reading of within 0.5 of 0 degrees. Now the Pros come in here around about 0.2, 0.3, which is well within the guide of 0 degrees, so I'm happy with that. Now, it doesn't mention anything in the manual about doing the same thing with the Mint, but we're going to assume it's the same test, so let's just run it anyway and see what happens there. And there you go, 0.3 as well. So both thermometers reading exactly the same, and it's a great way to test your thermometers to make sure they're giving you the correct temperature. Okay, so if you remove the back of the Mint and then remove the battery, you'll find that there's a little switch inside there that allows you to change the thermometer from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So that's the only option you have in the back there. It is a little tricky to get the battery out, but you'll see if you look just in there, it's currently set to Celsius, and we can flick that over with a pin to Fahrenheit, put it all back together, and the thermometer will read in Fahrenheit. So just like the Mint, with the Pro, we can remove the back, and that's going to allow us to change a couple of features on the thermometer. However, with the Pro, we actually have 4 options of adjusting the thermometer. The first one is the Celsius to Fahrenheit setting. The next is the auto sleep and stabilization alerts. And the last one is the 10th degree. Now, the beauty of the Pro is you don't need to remove the battery to get to these switches. And if we change the first switch here, I'm going to show you how easy it is to change it between Celsius and Fahrenheit, and then we'll move it back to Celsius again. All right, that's our review of the Javelin instant read thermometers. And honestly, both of these thermometers performed outstanding. And I think the key to that is their quick response time. So whenever we're checking the temperatures of a meat, we've obviously got to open the lid to our barbecue or to our smoker. We're letting out that heat, slowing down the cook. So it's important that you can get that reading really quick, probe for tenderness, shut the lid and get on with the cook. And both of these do that. As we said, 4-second response time on the Mint, 3 on the Pro, but honestly, doesn't feel like there's much difference between the two. It is really, really fast. If I had to pick something to be a negative, it would be I'd like the ability to be able to switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius. It's a minor thing. I know you can do it, and I know it just involves taking the back off and changing that switch, but it'd be good if you could do it from the menu. However, it's a minor thing and I can live without it. Now, if I had to pick a thermometer for a situation, so if you're a gas barbecue cooker, like the one behind me, you're typically just doing steaks, maybe some chicken, then the Mint is definitely the one for you. The probe length's fine, it doesn't have a backlight, and using a gas barbecue, you're typically in a well-lit area, so that's not really an issue. It's pocket size and magnetic, so I think it's perfect for your barbecue. If you're more a low and slow smoking barbecue sort of person, I would spend the money and upgrade to the Pro. And there's probably 3 reasons why. One is the backlight. So if you're doing a long cook overnight, you want to just probe and get a temperature without turning on all the lights. I think that backlight is really, really handy. Also, the ability to be able to rotate the thermometer and have the screen up the right way. I think that's pretty handy too, especially if you're probing a big brisket or something like that and you need to reach the back of the smoker, you can turn the probe around. But I think the big advantage to this one is the length of that probe. Now, the Mint is a lot shorter than the Pro, and if you're doing, say, a big Boston butt or something like that, you want to probe to the center for temperature, the Pro is going to do it. You may struggle with the Mint. Now, having said that, I think 80% of the smoking with the Mint would be fine, but just the extra length on that one I think makes the world of difference. So that's the reason I would go that one over the Mint. But both great thermometers, as we said, available at Barbecues Galore. I'll pop a link in the description below. Now, if you like this video, really appreciate the thumbs up, and better yet, would love it if you subscribe to the channel and check out the other videos in our collection where we do sauce recipes, cooking recipes, and other gear reviews. So I hope this helps you make a decision on which is the right thermometer for you. And until the next video, we'll catch you then.